Good
Hello! Welcome to another chilly edition of Mountains to See Weekly, or what is it, Weekly
evening. Midweek
something.
Mountains.
Oh, there you go.
Midweek Mountains. Come on now.
I know. Sorry,
Well,
I'm cold. My brain is kind of chilled.
she's cold. I'm Corey. Nice to meet you guys.
Look, you have your hoodie on, zip
Yeah.
hoodie, no less. So,
I
mean,
do. Well,
Why are you cold?
you know, it's near freezing out right now. So
Oh my god! And it was like 60 degrees yesterday.
yeah,
So weird.
it was. I mean, it was.
So weird.
That's the way it is around here. You get 50s and 60s and it's raining. It gets on close to freezing and it's dry as a bone.
It was kind of wet this morning.
Yeah,
driving.
but it was here. By the
here,
time it got
yeah.
cold enough to where it might snow, all the precipitation was gone.
It was.
We had some very light flurries
Yeah.
In town today.
It was flurrying pretty good in Asheville.
Oh yeah.
At Sam's today.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, you guys. I don't know if you want to know about our frozen woes.
So tonight we're going to talk about how do you plan for travel.
And the reason why that came up was because last night you said we were looking at doing like pre-bowling or something. You're like, we can't do that. We have to pack for our trip. And I was like, we're just going overnight or like, 2 nights. And so I didn't.
Well, yeah.
I didn't think that we had to like plan and I don't like this whole big thing. So.
Well, we're not packed. We still have to pack.
Yeah.
I mean, for those of you that don't know, we're headed down to Macon. Go on now.
Come on, come say hello.
Got a little cat over here that's curious as to what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. Every week.
We're going down to Macon, Georgia this weekend for a pickleball tournament. So the Candy Cane Classic in Macon. And so we've got 2 separate tournament brackets that we're playing in. You're playing in women's doubles with a partner. I'm playing in men's doubles with a partner. And then we're playing together on Sunday in mixed doubles.
The next time she's
she
going to
goes
do
again.
It. She's a little nervous to
over
jump.
Here at some point.
Yeah. I'll move that out of the way.
Yeah. So anyway, we got a plan for that.
Yeah.
But we're taking a trip. So we're going to vlog it to some degree. So that means I've got to get camera gear together. I got to get it charged. I've got to get all the other stuff together. All the things that
You're not charging anything. Oh, wait, it's Wednesday. For a second, I thought it was Thursday.
And then we're going to have to get clothes for the tournament. So our pickleball clothes.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to get regular clothes because it's going to be too cold outside for our pickleball clothes.
Is it?
Oh,
it did say it was getting colder. What's the weather like in Macon?
It's going to be, it'll get down close to freezing at times.
Oh, really?
It's going to be under 50 most of the time, most of the weekend. So, yeah. It's not going to be comfortable outside in shorts and a t-shirt. No, it's not. So anyway, with all that said, we're sitting 72 days out from our next cruise. And
72 days.
Yeah, 72 days, over 2 months till our next cruise. Yeah, I know. It sucks to be sitting at home looking that far into the future. But, we told you guys last week that while we're in Macon, we're going to continue focusing on the things that we do in our channel, right?
Yeah.
So we're travel and looked it up. Downtown Macon has an incredible Christmas light display that's synchronized to music. Got over 1 million lights down there. And within like a couple blocks of that light display, there are 3 different breweries.
Yeah.
So we're going to be looking at beer available in downtown Macon, craft beer, of course.
Yeah.
And of course, we're going down there for pickleball. So.
And the lights. So like travel and what to do while you're there. So
what to do while you're in Macon, for sure.
Yeah. Our 3 favorite things: travel, pickleball, and beer.
And we're, of course, staying at a new hotel that we've
never been there. I think
never been there.
I think it's just a Hampton Inn or something. But.
Yeah. So we'll be able to do a review on that and put that up. It'll probably be a little bit in our vlogs, but we'll definitely be putting up a review on planning. So if you guys don't know what planning is, it's a great way to book hotels. And if you're interested, you can look down in the description. We've got our link in there that will get you signed up. Yep. All right. So tip prep 101. What are the things that you think about when you're preparing for a trip?
Well, I always, let's start with essentials. Like, what is the first thing that comes to mind when you're like, oh, my suitcase is out. What do I need?
Well, I got to get
the first
shirts,
thing.
Pants, underwear, socks.
Okay. Other than that.
Gotta have that. Toiletries. And, those are the essentials. And since we're in the middle of winter and we don't have another cruise for 72 days, I've actually thought about, well, why in the world do I have all of these clothes that I only wear on cruises just sitting around taking up space? I might as well just pack them up in my packing cubes.
Yeah, because if you go on your trip the next time, they may not fit. So you're going to pack them, but you still got to try them on.
Maybe.
That's why.
I don't think so. I think I'm just going to pack my shorts and my t-shirts and probably my short sleeve button-up shorts.
You need short sleeve shirts.
Yeah, but I have other shirts for that, for pickleball.
Oh, so he's got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I got a lot of shirts. Well, I mean, I've got quick dry shirts for pickleball, and then I got, like cotton t-shirts to wear out in the Caribbean mostly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair assessment.
All that kind
See,
of
when
stuff.
I think of essentials, other than those things, I mean, yeah, clothes and toiletries, that's all essentials. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, are we flying? Yes. I need my headphones. I need my iPad.
Well,
so I can watch
that's
movies.
kind of
that's the next one.
Later
tech
down
prep
on our list here, so don't get too far ahead of yourself.
All right. So what's my must pack? My must pack is gonna, like you said, is it cold? Is it warm? Is it in between? Do I need jackets? And stuff like that. That's definitely
need a jacket
essentials.
on the plane. Who knows?
Medications would be essential, or
get your medications together. Vitamins.
First
if you
aid.
Take vitamins every day.
Yeah.
We've got a first aid kit that we take with us, mainly when we travel on cruises. But we could take it with us anytime because it's a very small package.
Yeah, and I think we have taken it more times than we haven't. So,
but I mean, it's a really small little zip-up pouch that's got, all your essential stuff. It's got Advil, it's got naproxen, it's got Pepto-Bismol, it's got Band-Aids, it's got Neosporin. What else do we have in there? We've got some Benadryl, Imodium, all those things that, if you need it, you need it.
Especially on a cruise. Like if you need something and you're not going to get it, you're not going to be able to get it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're just traveling, like, we're going to Macon, that's a city. So if we need something, chances are we're probably going to be able to find something.
Probably so. Yeah.
Might not be convenient or affordable, but it'll be available.
Well, that's the biggest problem on the cruise ships.
That's true.
They want an arm and a leg if you need some Tums or whatever it happens to be, because you're eating stuff that you don't eat at home, which that happens all the time. Yeah. So let's see. Anything else that we can think of as far as
essentials?
Packing essentials. Well, I mean, we mentioned it briefly earlier, the packing cubes. I think when we started using packing cubes on our trips, that was like a game changer.
You like them more than I do. Hey, Scott.
Hey, Scott.
Welcome
good evening.
in. Just talking about packing cubes. You're just in time.
And, admittedly, our packing cubes are 10, 12 years old, probably.
I don't know. You bought them whenever you bought them.
A long time ago. And I've been thinking I may at least want to look to upgrade.
He's always spending money.
To the compression packing cubes, where you put all your stuff in, pack it as full as you can, zip it up, and then it's got a second zipper that you can go around and compress it even further.
I thought you
So
said
it
a
takes up
sucking
less
zipper.
space. A second zipper.
Still says you said sucking zipper.
No, that's not going to be as useful on your check bag, because with us,
we leave our check bags for like leftovers.
Yeah, I mean,
just throw everything in there.
Because when it comes to the check bag, you've got a weight limit.
Mm-hmm. The checked bag. I was thinking the carry-on.
But your carry-on, if you compressed a bunch of stuff, who cares about the weight? Because they don't weigh those. So if you put your heavier stuff that you don't have to worry about for security, at least,
right,
in that carry-on, then you can get a lot more in there.
And also, if you take electrolytes and stuff, that would be an essential.
Yeah. Or any
for us,
electrolytes, powders, whatever, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
like I said, vitamins or
supplements.
Supplements of whatever kind.
I'm trying to think what else would be essential outside of toiletries, clothes.
That's pretty much it.
I mean, those are the biggest things, right?
Whatever medical medications or medical devices or whatever else you might happen to need, that kind of stuff. And a checklist. I think that's probably
I always make a list.
Is to make sure that.
It, though.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm focused on my own checklist.
He's got a checklist in his head.
My own checklist, because I'm the one that's responsible for all the camera gear.
Well, yeah, that's not on my list.
Yeah, of course not.
Well, because you always bring different things.
Yeah. All right. So moving right along, if you've got any suggestions or anything that you think is a packing essential, just kind of a generic as far as your clothes and things like that go. Oh, one other thing that we tend to bring, especially on the cruises, is a laundry basket. One of those fold-up mesh laundry baskets.
That's a want.
It's an essential. It's kind of a want. I mean, you could use a mesh bag or something else, but we find it convenient to have that fold up spring-loaded mesh laundry bag.
It keeps your used clothes tidy and in a
so
space.
We can
instead all over the
toss
room.
all our clothes in that, put that laundry basket in the bottom of a closet or something, or in a corner, and it keeps our dirty clothes.
I mean, if you want to talk about cruising essentials, would it be different than regular traveling essentials?
Well, no, we're talking about travel, but
I know, because there's some things when you said the laundry basket, like that made me think of magnetic hooks. Like that's an essential for us for a cruise, but that's.
I mean, if you're going on a cruise, definitely the magnetic hooks are very useful. I mean, we use them for everything. Hang your hats up on the wall. We hang up
wet clothes.
Wet clothes, yeah. Scott says he always has a laundry bag in his luggage. Yep. Yeah.
And they're fairly affordable. And you can get them at Walmart. They're kind of cheap. I popped a hole in ours, so I'm going to have to get a new one.
Yeah.
I did. I was struggling. It was full and heavy, and I was bringing it across the floor, and it snagged on a nail or something that's sticking up, and ripped it. So I'll have to buy a new one.
Yep. And that's all. That's pretty much all I can think of as far as.
I mean, if you're traveling to the Caribbean, an essential could be sunscreen.
Well, yeah. I mean, goes back to thinking about where you're traveling to and the clothes to bring and things like that.
Correct. If you go into somewhere cold, bring a parka.
I need sunscreen there too.
Yeah, that's true.
You can get a sunburn or snow burn.
The snow. Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, let's move on to the next one, because essentials is whatever anybody deems important enough to need.
All right. Next up, tech prep, and this is probably a big one for me. So let's talk about some of the things.
I've got my own little list when it comes to tech prep, but
you're traveling,
right?
You're probably going to be spending a lot of time in an airport or waiting to board a ship or whatever. So you're going to want something to keep you entertained. Maybe it's your phone. Maybe it's a tablet. maybe you want headphones, especially if you're for air travel. Those noise canceling headphones are awesome. Of course, these days, your iPods, or at least the iPods Pro, have noise cancellation built in, and those work great too.
Those
So
are no AirBuds.
AirPods,
AirPods. You
yes,
said iPod. It sounded like you said iPods.
AirPods Pro,
AirPods. Yeah.
they do noise cancellation. So um, that works great too. So either that or over the ear headphones help you kind of shut out all the noise, especially if you're trying to sleep on an airplane, which is difficult. Uh, um, and I guess that brings up something from the previous category. Do you bring a neck pillow or something like that when you fly?
I do, but I tend to use it more for my iPad than I do for my neck and
To
sleeping.
prop up your iPad?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So moving on, tech essentials.
I definitely bring headphones and my iPad.
Yeah.
And I also will download movies. I will bring my
Yeah.
small AirPods too, because while I'm traveling on a plane, I like my big ones. They're comfortable, they're big, and even if I do fall asleep, they're cushioned, so I can just kind of, it's not like jamming in my ear, because I'm kind of funny with that kind of stuff. But
so yeah, I mean, if you don't know, if you've got Netflix or Amazon Prime, something
any
like
kind
that,
of streaming,
you can download movies to your iPad or your phone and watch them on the go. Same thing if you've got a YouTube subscription. Like we watch a lot of YouTube, so we pay for the subscription so we don't have to watch commercials. You can download YouTube videos if you've got that. So,
and our last trip on the plane, Corey was watching pickleball the whole time.
Yeah, I was. And then, of course, you got all this electronic gear. You need chargers for everything.
Yes.
So,
wires
and the cables to charge with.
Yes.
Hopefully one day I'll be able to pare everything down to where everything uses USB-C. We're not there yet.
We're getting there though.
Still have iPhones that use the old lightning connector.
And for informational purposes, we have, or I would say Corey put together, we have our own little charging.
Yep. I have
what's it called?
A little zipper bag.
Zipper bag.
Yep. And I've got my chargers in there. I've got chargers for camera batteries in there. I've got all the cables to connect everything together. And I have 2 USB chargers, USB block chargers that have like 3 ports. And I've got some stuff that I have been carrying that I'm not going to be able to carry anymore. Like,
why is that?
Like our power strip. When we first got into cruising, I bought this cruise approved power strip.
It was only for that line. Is it going across
it's all cruise lines have pretty much banned any type of extension cord power strip.
Oh.
So if it takes one 120 volt outlet and turns it into more than one, they won't let you bring it anymore.
Oh.
Travel routers.
Free tip incoming.
Yeah.
Or outgoing.
Travel routers. I bought a travel router so that we could take our one, Wi-Fi device package and log in with the travel router and then connect my device to that, or devices to that.
Well, that's kind of cheating. So I could see why they didn't want that. Because they want you to pay for that stuff.
Yeah, but from a technical standpoint, you're joining a Wi-Fi network where who knows how they can find you or see you on that network. They don't allow VPNs. So all of those things open your devices up to some risk. So Scott says we got plugs with 4 USB ports. Yep. That's definitely useful.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I find that a lot of my charging cables are USB-C to USB-C, and I need more USB-A to USB-C or USB-A to Lightning or things like that, because my charging bricks have like 2 USB-Cs, 1 USB-A, but
bunch of initials
yeah,
and stuff that
but
you guys
all
so
pretty much any ship you go on, you're going to find USB-A ports all over the place.
Yeah.
That you can charge.
If you're
from.
not familiar with some of those acronyms that he's used,
Right.
just let us know. Some people might not know what the A's and the
think most
B's and
people
this,
would, but-
whatever. You know, you don't know.
Yeah, you
Don't
don't know.
assume that everybody knows. So if you don't ask,
Another thing that we have found very helpful is a travel luggage scale.
oh yes,
Oh yeah, I mean we use that every single time we
got it on
pack up.
Amazon. It was like what, $15 or something?
It was like $10.
$10.
On Amazon, and it's basically just this little handle that's got a strap that comes down off the bottom of it. You loop that through your the handle on your suitcase, and you lift it up, and you get the weight on your bag.
And it's within. That's pretty accurate. Sometimes it's within a pound.
With a 50-pound bag, we're probably within a pound.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, most airlines limit you to 50 pounds.
Right.
So, the last cruise we just got off, we were at the airport weighing our bags because we just had to throw everything in our suitcases before we got off the ship. And we got to the airport, started weighing the bags. Oh, this bag is too heavy, so I'm going to have to pull 3 pounds out of this suitcase and put it in my carry-on.
You did that at the airport?
Yeah.
I must have been sleeping.
I opened my bag right there in the lobby of the airport, pulled out some stuff, threw it in my carry-on.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. I was sleeping.
Scott says Type-C ports are becoming more popular. Yep. His wife's car has some. Does your car have one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yep. Yeah, they are definitely more popular. I don't know. I can't recall if we saw any on the Icon. I don't remember if they had any.
Well, we'll
and
check it out.
Being one of the newest ships, but we're going to be back on the Icon in February. So
you're kidding. 72 days, you say?
72 days. We will be back on the Icon and give you a review 1 year later. What's changed?
Yes.
There should be some stuff that was not open before that's open now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it should be fun. Let's see what else.
Anything else for tech?
Anything else for tech? I mean, I always have lots of gadgets.
I always make sure I have a Kindle.
Yep, a Kindle is
not that I have a lot of time to read, but I do. I try. I'm the type of person that will read for 15 minutes, half hour max, and I'm sleeping with the book in my hand.
Yeah.
No matter where I'm at. So I don't get very far, but I do bring it.
Of course, for us, since we're vlogging all the time, I've got to bring, our main vlogging camera, and then I've got, I've got our action camera, and then I've got our, big camera that I used to use as a vlogging camera that now is pretty much just, put it on a monopod and zoom in on stuff so I can shoot
Did you ever
stage
find your
shows.
monopod?
No. So anyway, yeah, the things we lose on cruises. Yeah, I got a nice jacket in Alaska at Denali. Great price. It was like $40 for this, waterproof fleece line jacket, and got back home. I have no clue where it is. It's just gone.
I don't know. I can't imagine that he lost. He lost that and a monopod.
Yeah.
And coming back from Alaska.
That wasn't Alaska. That was on Celebrity back in April.
The monopod?
August.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, the jacket was coming back from Alaska.
Yeah. Jacket was Alaska.
That's a good topic. What if we talk about that next week? What have you lost?
What have you lost?
There's a few things that we can say on that. Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Let us know next week.
So yeah, I mean, there's always lots. It depends on what you have, what you're into. I mean, for me, it's all the camera gear, and then I've got to have, I've got my iPad that I use that to transfer video off of the SD cards onto a portable SSD drive. So I've got it backed up, and just all that random gear that you have. So what else? Anything else on the online tools?
We can switch to the cruise specific. Oh Lordy, excuse me a moment.
Uh-oh.
What are you doing?
Cats are messing with the Christmas tree, I think. Everybody can hear you when you're making noise and talking, even if you're off the camera. Talk. Scott says, when on Carnival or Princess, I bring in a small leak-proof container with a gain pod and quarters. Okay, most machines take your card now, though. Yeah, that's right, because Carnival and Princess do have self-serve laundry machines. Oh, boy. They better watch out. She's going to come after him.
This way I don't have to keep being distracted. I've got the water.
All right. Anything else you can think of with tech gear? Any suggestions you guys have? The past couple of cruises, if we needed, the only time we've actually done laundry was on Holland America, and we had to send the bag out to get washed.
Yeah, that was Alaska. It was We're like, oh my God, there's so many layers.
Almost 2 weeks we were gone, so we had to wash clothes. We didn't have room to bring enough for 2 weeks.
But there was still a bunch of stuff I didn't wear. Well, the shorts and the t-shirts I didn't wear a lot of.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons, it was cold.
I can't think of anything else offhand.
Okay.
That's probably some of the biggest things. Oh, the one other thing that we bring is we always bring a little night light.
Oh yeah, the little OLED globes.
Yeah. There one charging over there?
Yeah.
Grab it real quick.
Excuse me.
So, I'm one of the things about me.
Oh, no. There was one, but I have this snazzy one.
Oh, okay.
This is a fun one.
Yeah. I'm into flashlights. I like good flashlights, and I like good rechargeable flashlights, among many other things.
Yes.
There's a company out there called Olight.
They're actually a pretty cool company.
Yeah, pretty cool company. You can check them out. Or maybe I think I may have a referral link or something just for me personally that I've had for years for them. But they make a bunch of cool stuff. But they've got like this little globe here, and you press it, and
oh, hello.
You don't want the red. Oh, it's got all kinds of different
things.
In
this particular one, normally
this one does a bunch of different things. Woo! But anyway, so you've got.
It's very bright.
You can dim it down.
Put it like on this side where the light is really not.
Okay.
Here, let me see. Over here. Look, you can see it better because I'm darker.
Yeah.
Like that.
Let's see. I was looking for something that I can maybe stick it to. I wonder if it'll stick to this. No. We'll stick to that. Up.
Anyway, it's also magnetic.
Anyway, yeah, it's got magnets on the base of it, so
should probably change the color. That's not going to turn off.
All right, I can't turn it off now. No.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Anyway, so you could stick this to the wall, put it on the low setting, and this thing will last for like a week.
Oh,
on this
easily,
setting.
yeah.
Easily, At
home,
I
don't know about that one because it's so snazzy and it's got
I
all
don't know about
special
this
things.
one. This one does all
but
kinds
the
of
other
weird
one's
stuff.
just regularly on off.
Yeah.
So.
On off and brightness level. So, if I go to bed before Lori does, I'll turn that on her nightstand, and that way she can see to get in the room without,
If he likes me that
up.
night, that night, he'll do it.
If I like her that night, yeah. So that's something we always bring too, is especially.
Oh, I went to shut it off, and then.
Especially since you can stick it to the wall or whatever, kind of like your magnetic hooks.
Well, usually we'll put it in the bathroom wherever we're at.
Yeah, we normally put it in the bathroom. A lot of the newer ships and even some of the older ships actually have some type of
a little light, yeah,
night light or motion sensor light towards the bathroom so that you can.
I know when we stayed in that interior room, and I don't know if all interiors were like this, so if you guys know, let us know. But when we were on the Alaska cruise in the interior room, there was that motion light.
Yeah.
Because it was so dark in that room. And so when you got up to get close to the bathroom, the bottom lights went on outside the bathroom.
But it's kind of a little handy thing to have.
Those are great. Those are one of the things that I always make sure that I pack in my toiletries bag.
Yeah.
So we have it. Oh, one other essential.
Uh-huh.
The air freshener spray.
Okay. Well, that's kind of a packing essential. Back a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
a little backup there. Well, it reminded me of this.
Yeah.
I guess that's a tech toy. Yeah.
So. When you're in a small cabin, especially on a cruise ship, having some type of air freshener is nice.
There you go.
Scott says Sky Princess had motion lights on the baseboard. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And they've also done laundry service on Royal Caribbean.
Yeah.
What did you think about that? Is that worth doing? Let us know, because we've never done that.
Well, we did it on Holiday America.
Well, yeah. Not on Royal Caribbean, so I don't know if it's the same thing.
Little bag, and for $25, as much as you could shove in that bag, they would wash. Oh man,
I shoved it full.
Yep. We got as full as we could before we sent it out.
They did pretty good. The one thing though, when you got it back, and we didn't know, of course, at first, but they tag it.
Yeah.
And so you're like, what the heck is that? It's like itching or like, kind of pricking you or something.
Piece of fabric thing, I guess it's, I don't know, I haven't sent clothes to a dry cleaner in forever, but I guess it's probably what's the standard thing they're using these days, which is just these little iron-on tags. Luckily, you can pull them off pretty quick.
Okay.
Or pretty easily. Scott says they did a great job, but the bag was $35. Yeah. Well, that's pretty typical for Royal Caribbean. They're always just a little bit more expensive than everybody else.
Well, we ended up paying for the week, I think.
No,
didn't we? No.
We just paid for the single. We talked about doing for the week, but it was too late in the week when we did that.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't have gotten enough sent out. So all right. So next up, what about researching for your trips?
I think that we should research more than we do.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that we need to sit down before our trip and make notes on each one of our destinations. Just gather as much information as we can, put it in a notepad or something. That way we know, okay, we get here, like when we got to Aruba and they were pointing out the owls to us.
Yeah.
We had no idea that owls were very important in Aruba. There's like the symbol of the island.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was going to make a joke and say that, that would be very hard for us to get together and do that, because this right here is like a date night for us. We don't get together very often and like sit and talk and chat. So.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, I think that's really essential. You go on.
We're just so busy. That's all. Nothing bad. But
I don't know. I don't have a really good source other than just a Google search.
True. You can go on. Normally, like the country will have their own, like, let's use St. Martin, for example, because we know that, right? So you can like search St. Martin, and like St. Martin will have its own.
Right. They'll have their own thing where they promote what they want to promote.
Mm-hmm.
But, probably something like Cruise Critic or some of these other cruising websites would give you a lot of information about the islands, maybe some information about the local culture.
And if you go through a travel agent, they can give you some information as well.
Like Scott says, we research everything. That's how we found all these travel channels on YouTube. Yep.
I mean, Corey can relate.
I can definitely relate to that, because that's how we got into this.
Yeah.
There was a cruise booked for Lori's birthday, and we had never been on a cruise together. So I jumped on YouTube and I said, let's see what I can find out about this ship. And sure enough, we discovered this entire world of cruise vloggers and got very interested in it. And here we are. Everything's douchey in Curacao.
What does that mean?
Douchey, I don't know. Good. Yeah, we definitely did the same thing, and we stumbled on it. And we're like, okay, well, we don't know enough about cruising, but we'll do some videos on St. Martin because we've been going there for years and know it really well. And that's how we started. So you go from there. But yeah, research is something that
like we'll watch videos on the cruise ship and some of the ports and stuff. But as far as actually doing research outside of that, I think that we don't do enough that we probably should do.
I think we could definitely do better on that.
Good there, not so much here.
This guy says, good there, not so much here. Douchey, I guess. That's what he's referring to.
I mean, like we did in Macon. So, because we're going to Macon, Georgia, we looked up, the lights are going to be there. And you found today or yesterday that there were 3 breweries in walking distance.
Yep. So I looked up where the lights were, and I showed you guys last week that website and how cool it sounds like it is. You know, it's got the Macon Symphony Orchestra that perform this music, and all of the lights are synchronized to the music, and they're like over 1 million lights in a couple of blocks or something.
Well, I actually watched a little video on it today.
Oh, did you?
Yes, on ABC. Ow.
Oh, I heard that they were featured on ABC.
And so apparently it's a neighbor that used to go downtown to Macon when he was a kid, and they used to have the lights, and they weren't doing it anymore. So he took it upon himself to like do this. Because he wanted to recreate this for not only himself, but for other people in the area. And so he did it. And now it's like 5 blocks long. Yep. And I think it turned into started with like 1 block. And so now it's even longer.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I looked up the location of these lights, and I said, okay,
hey,
are there any breweries near here? And sure enough, there are like 3 breweries just within a block or so of where the lights are. Perfect. You know, so we can do some market research while we're down in Macon, bring you guys along, tell you what beers we would recommend at each location from what we try and what they have available at that time.
Yeah. And I'm also going to have to do some holiday stuff because...
Like what kind of holiday stuff?
I need to do holiday cards. I need to do the holiday gifts for the nieces and nephews.
That's on your own.
I mean, yeah.
That's not like, oh, we're going out to do holidays.
I'm going to kill this cat, I swear. But anyway.
All right. And so how much planning is too much? And how do you strike a balance? I think... Yeah.
They want our attention, so they're eating. She's chewing on everything in the holiday area.
Yes.
Sorry.
When the cats want the attention.
They are a pain in the arse.
Okay. So how much planning is too much, and how do you strike that balance? You know, we don't plan things out to like the minute. We tend to be a little bit by the seat of our pants.
Well, let me say, this is something I've learned about you over the years being with you. Okay, you always have something formulated in your brain.
Yes,
he does have a plan. He necessarily might not share it with you, but he's got a plan. And so I have learned over the years to say, okay, what did you want to do? Do you guys hear this? Like, what do you want to do? Or what is your plan? What time do you want to leave? Da, 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 da. And so I have to let him tell me first, and then we can kind of go from there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have some kind of plan, you know, like when we were in San Juan, Puerto Rico. I wanted to go to the 2 forts, and I wanted to go to the place where they, what?
You don't hear that? You
guys... Yeah, I did. Ignore them. We're in the middle of a live stream.
Now, you guys, let me know if you can hear that. It's driving me nuts.
Ay, jeez. Seriously.
I know. I'm sorry.
And I wanted to go to the place that supposedly created the pina colada. Well, we made it to one fort,
We did.
and we made it to the place that made the pina coladas,
Yeah.
and ended up having lunch there and having a whole bunch of different Puerto Rican food.
Yeah. And then we were done after that.
And yeah, after a couple of pina
wow.
coladas and food, and then getting Laurie down to the Pandora store, of course, we were done and headed back to the ship. So Scott says, I think you can tour the house the Allman Brothers
Oh.
band lived in. Their producer
Check
lived in
that out.
Macon. Okay. I don't know if we'll have time for that, but
And we're with other people and we're not
yeah.
driving, so we do have to,
yeah,
I'd see how it, man, if it's walking distance, I'd do it. If we can walk to it, I'd check it out.
Yeah, well, I doubt we're within walking distance of anything.
Oh, so to go to town. Oh, okay, so
Yeah,
once we're down there,
I mean,
we're down there.
That's like if we go downtown Macon and we want to hit all the breweries, and folks we're going with want to head back to the hotel. Well, I guess we'll be getting an Uber because we're carpooling down there. So
right.
But anyway,
thank you for the suggestion.
Yeah,
Scott.
I think you can do a lot of planning. Sometimes you overplan or
overachieve. Try to
yeah, or think you're going to get more done than you are, and
someone once said to me, she said, things always take longer than you think.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're like, it's going to be an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe.
And so you end up running out of time, and all these cool things that you wanted to do, you never get to.
Right.
But
do the cool stuff first.
Just means you're gonna have to do it again and go back again.
I know that there's that, and who doesn't want to do that?
Yeah. It's like San Juan. I'd love to get back and see more and not be rushing.
We could stay a little longer. We would have a better opportunity to see some local stuff because we do know some people that are from there or have lived there that can give us that.
We do. We know quite a few people that are from there. All right.
Moving on.
Let's see. Moving along. Cruise specific. How to make embarkation day stress free.
Show up early.
Yeah.
Not too early because they don't like that, but
as early as you can show up.
Don't be in a rush.
We normally try to show up about an hour before we're supposed to be there and try to get in.
That is very true, Scott. Everything takes longer and gets worse as you get older. Yeah, because everything goes faster in essence. Like the days, the weeks, the years, like you blink and oh my God, 5 years has passed. Mm-hmm. And then you go on a cruise and you're like, oh, okay, let's savor this moment. Let's really pay attention. And boom, wait.
Oh, we got to get off?
Done? What? I forgot to pack? What? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes, so true. What? So true.
Where's my monopod?
Yeah.
How did that not make it home with that?
I mean, that's a huge stick. You
would think. I mean, it had its own carrying case. And it wasn't cheap either.
You know what I bet happened?
What?
You had it in your backpack sticking out, and I bet you took it out and laid it.
I did not put it in my backpack. It was too big to go in my backpack.
All right, well.
That's why it should have gone in the big suitcase, but I don't know.
Okay, anyway. No deal.
Anyway.
Another time. So embarkation. I don't know. Yeah. How do you make it stress-free? I mean, that was the only thing I can think of is just plan to have extra time, kind of like if you were going to the airport.
Yeah, I'd say plan to have extra time. Have your stuff printed out, which you always do in your travel prep. You print everything.
And you don't need to have it printed, but what if I don't know, your phone goes dead, or what if it doesn't load or anything like that? I always have
get
the
it
paper.
Pulled up on your phone, whatever. So she's got papers and she's got her folder with everything in there.
Actually, that would be making it stress-free because I print. We have travel insurance, which I know is one of the things to talk about for us specifically. But I have that, so if anything ever happens, I know, I have at least what we're covered or who to get a hold of.
Yeah, and we're running out of time here.
Yeah,
so
and I print out all of the information that I need to know: excursions, itinerary, boarding passes, all that stuff, and I have it in a folder, and I carry that with my passports.
Yep.
Our passports.
So I'd say that's probably one of the keys. After you're on board the ship, get your muster drill taken care of as soon as possible, and then go have fun.
Yep, and then do whatever you want to do. And
but
more times than not,
I will say this:
stuff in your room, even though it might not be.
Yeah, as soon as you can get in your room, go in there, check in, whatever. I will say this: probably go back to your room every so often. Number one, to make sure that your checked bags make it in there, and number two, to make sure that you don't have any messages waiting for you on your phone. Because on our last cruise, I went back to the room and Laurie's bag was there, but my bag was not. And I'm like, what happened here? And piece of tech gear, throw this in there. We have Apple AirTags in our luggage and our backpacks and our carry-ons and all that stuff. So we can tell where it's at. And I saw that it was on the ship. Saw that I had a message called, oh, they're holding my bag down at security. It's like, oh boy, what's this all about? Go down to security. Well, they had pulled the power strip out of they saw something in my bag and wanted me to open it for them. Like, okay, open it up, and it was a power strip, or the cruise approved power strip.
It's no longer approved.
No longer approved. Extension cords aren't approved anymore. You got to get them from them.
Yeah.
So
there's a couple. So let's go to the hello first. Right. Yep.
Nope.
Down one. Oh, okay. We can go.
That's off to Royal Caribbean. Practically walks straight on the ship. Yeah.
I will say that is one thing that I can agree with you on. That is that Royal Caribbean, you get right for the most part. You get right on.
Holland America, we've sat around.
Yes. Yes.
Or
beforehand, but then the last time that we were on, we got on pretty quick. But the first time when we went to Alaska, and we were on that line.
Yeah, we were on this line, then that line, then another line.
Yeah.
And then they sat us down, and then they got us up, moved us to another area, and sat us down. Yeah. And then we finally got on the ship. Yeah. So that was
Royal Caribbean definitely has that in the bag for sure.
They do. Celebrity?
I don't. Well, we had priority boarding, so I can't.
We sat and waited, but we were early.
Yes.
We were there before boarding time.
And we were in the third group or something. That went pretty quick too.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And we got Scott from Controversial Cruising in. Welcome in. Hello, Scott. Yep, Scott Smith. And good evening, fellow Scott. Yes.
We got Scott squared.
The Scots.
The Scots.
The Scots.
The Scots.
The Scots are in the house.
And I'm the one that always does stupid stuff like that,
right? All right. So I think that's probably the biggest things I can say about it.
Yeah.
Snagging deals. How do you get deals?
Well, I hope so. I hope there's more Scots that come on our channel. All the Scots are welcome.
Yep. This is where the Scots hang out. Yes. I'm like 30% Scottish. So somewhere around there.
I can bring the Italians.
Yeah. You can bring the Italian.
I'll bring the Italians.
So best practices for booking flights, cruises, and hotels.
There's more interesting stuff. Okay.
Well,
Black Friday.
Well, for
Cyber Monday.
buying your packages and stuff like that for cruises, yeah. I mean, if you're wanting to buy a drink package or Wi-Fi package or things like that, you can normally get the best deals or book a cruise. Black Friday to Cyber Monday, that type of thing.
Another one is if you want to book a cruise on a cruise, like for a future cruise,
that's for sure.
They give you a bunch of onboard credits.
Yep. So, flights, what would you say is the best way to book?
I don't know anymore.
Get good deals on flights.
I used to know, but I'm not sure. I mean, our youngest daughter, she put a price tracker on, so she's been watching flights. So you could do that.
Welcome in, Tanisha.
Welcome.
So you can do that.
I usually, because we go to the same places a lot, so I kind of know what we pay normally. So when I see something lower than that or around, I normally will jump on it. Like I was really tempted to get our St. Martin stuff because it was actually a really good price. But at that time we weren't decided on how long we were going. So now I'm like, God, I hope it doesn't go up. And I don't like to book around Christmas because it's Christmas.
Yeah.
And I don't know anymore. They used to say Tuesdays, Thursdays, this, that. I don't think it matters anymore. I just
you should reach out to Kendra, see what she has to say about it.
Kendra, Cruise Planners of Valrico.
Cruise Planners of Valrico.
That is
friend
our
of ours.
travel agent. Yes, she's amazing.
Reconnected with her last year on Icon.
On the Icon.
Just
that was
randomly.
Yeah,
we just ran into
cool.
her. We used to work with her in Florida.
Yep. We're doing a live stream. She's like, "Hey, Lori." I was like, that was fun. And we've stayed in touch.
Yeah. So hotels.
I would say I have found whether or not it's a good deal or not, it's to be determined because we're getting points. So it's going to be good. But, I signed up for Hilton Honors. And so I try to always find, oh, sorry, am I not supposed to say that?
No, that's fine.
So anyway, yeah, if you do that and you sign up, maybe you get some points and then at some point you can use those points to get free points. You can also check out our planning page and get, what is it, 10%?
Yeah.
10% off too?
Well, with planning, speaking of planning, you can check it out. We've got a link down in the description. But when we booked the hotel for Macon, you looked at it through planning.
I did.
Looked at the reviews on there because that's kind of what planning is all about. It's about travel verified creators, verified travel creators that go on there and review hotels mainly.
Right.
And you checked it out through planning, and then you checked it out through Hilton Honors.
I checked the prices.
Checked the prices, and I think you even did like AAA or USAA and all these different things. And their prices were...
Well, it was ARP, but yeah.
AARP? Okay.
Yeah.
So what? It was you maybe found one of those other ways that might have been...
It was a difference of $4.
$4 a night? Yeah. So their prices seem to be really good.
Yes. So they're,
And you can still get your Hilton Honor points since it's Hampton Inn.
Right.
And
right.
So, yeah, I think all those things really kind of add up. Of course, how do you save money? Well, you started doing the credit card things too.
That's when we finally go overseas, that's going to help us out quite a bit.
So getting points on credit cards, like we've gotten a Royal Caribbean card.
Yes.
And we got
Celebrity
card.
They're Bank of America, but
through Bank of America. Yeah. So you basically you pay, you spend so much money on the card, which
within a certain amount of time, that's how it goes.
And then you can exchange the points that they give you for like onboard cash.
Right.
So
you want to.
Yeah. So that's a way that you can save some money. We stay at the Hilton Garden Inn in Fort Lauderdale. Cool. We stay with Ari's dad in Boca. So that didn't cost us anything.
And I will say, for people that do want to try and do the credit card game, you can contact us in the comments later on or whatever, and I can actually give you a resource for that to learn about it. But there's certain things. So there's certain cards that you can get that are like overall. So like everything.
Universal.
Yes. Yeah, so you get, the flights, the plane, the car, everything, right, is encompassed in that. And then you get the ones that are specific, like, you can get American Airlines, or you can get Allegiant, or like you said, Celebrity, Royal Caribbean. If you do those things a lot, it might be worth it to do those things and find the deals.
Which is why I said we should get an Allegiant card, because when we fly out from here, we're almost always on Allegiant.
Yeah, it's
And
because that's really the only one that
if you
flies
get
out
the
here.
Allegiant card, you get, what is it? Your check bag or your carry-on bag is free, and you get priority boarding automatically. So that in and of itself is worth having the credit card as long as there's not a fee.
I'd have to look at the perks because the one that we use is pretty good.
I'm just saying, you have the card whether you use it or not. Who cares? If you got the
I
card,
see what you're saying. Well,
you get those perks.
You probably have to use it in the beginning, like always. So
maybe
know what you have to spend within what time frame, so
Yeah.
you don't get caught with thinking that you're going to have all this stuff and not have it. So just
all the different rules. But there are ways like that you can save money. That's like AARP. You don't have to be a certain age to join AARP. You can join it at any age. Well, why would you do that? And how much was it? It was like
it was cheap.
$10 or something to join it. And then you can go on AARP to their shop or whatever, and you can buy gift cards for the cruise lines. Like you can get a $500 gift card on Royal Caribbean for $450.
Mm-hmm.
So that's saving you,
$50.
$50. That's 10%. That's like a 10% discount on whatever you buy.
Buy a couple of those and then use that for your cruise, and you've saved a couple $100.
Exactly. So that's a way that you can save some money.
A savings deal.
Some of those have some restrictions. I think the Royal Caribbeans, you have to use them to book a cruise. But even so, well, you're going to book a cruise, you're going to pay for the cruise. If you've got the money to do it up front, well, buy those gift cards and then use those gift cards to buy the cruise. And
and if anybody has anything that we haven't actually discussed or something different, let us know, because we're always looking for deals.
Always looking for ways
get on a
to make
group
things
cruise
more.
with someone most of the time. Those are some.
Yeah, definitely. If you find a group cruise that sounds interesting, get on it, because more than likely, the prices are going to be better than you could book on your own, or you'll get some perks that you wouldn't get on your own. Like we're going on the Icon in February. The only reason we're going on Icon in February is because the travel agent who booked that group cruise did so when they first opened up on Icon.
Right.
And
otherwise we would not.
The prices had not gone up yet, and they were reasonable. So it was like, all right, that's
put Scott's message up there.
ARP knows when you're about to turn 50. 2 letters a week for months.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened with me. And so I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it.
Yeah,
I wanted the tote.
I haven't joined yet.
It's because it's you've missed they missed the cutoff.
Yeah, I already missed the cutoff, I guess.
Just kidding.
But anyway, all right. Well, we'll have to save the rest of this for some other time.
I know, this was kind of interesting.
Out of time. Yep, this was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Let me mention 2 things real quick. We got a couple minutes. Travel insurance, very important. Highly recommend that you do it.
We've had to use it once, and it was great.
Had to use it once where our flight got canceled and we had to go to a hotel. Paid for the hotel, which basically paid our travel insurance cost for that year. My brother and sister-in-law, they just traveled to St. Kitts with their kids. And
I need an update on that.
What's that?
I need an update on that.
Yeah, one of their daughters
had a medical emergency.
Our niece had a medical emergency. She needed to be life flighted out of St. Kitts back to the U.S. And their travel insurance, they had to jump through some hoops for about 24 hours, but travel insurance ended up kicking in and arranging that. So very important that you have that. We buy an annual plan because we travel a lot, and it's well worth it. I don't know that much about the different companies.
No, but a travel agent will, most of the time, if you're booking a cruise through someone other than going, if you're going through somebody, normally they'll be like, oh, hey, do you have insurance? Do you want insurance?
we went directly through the company, and not that I know the difference between any of them, but I've seen this company mentioned a number of times. We use Allianz.
If that's how you say it.
Yeah, I believe so. And they, no complaints. I mean,
well, we've had to use them
flight
once,
got canceled.
And they were very easy to.
It was very
deal
easy
with.
to get your money back, or you get
reimbursed.
Submit a claim and get reimbursed, and boom. So
just had to have the backup, and I was able to provide it, and so there was no questions.
Pretty straightforward
after that. Yep. So
all right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up at that. We have gone over our hour, but thank you for joining us this week. Wish us luck in that pickleball tournament this weekend. We're gonna need it. I'm playing up because I'm playing with.
They don't know what playing up means.
I'm playing against higher level opponents because I'm playing with my coach, who's a little bit higher level than me. So, yeah. All right, you guys. You have a Merry Christmas too, Scott. I'm sure we'll see you guys next week.
Happy holidays to everyone.
Happy holidays
whatever
to
you
everyone.
Celebrate. Yep. Of course.
And we will see you guys.
Oh, you know what? Isn't Christmas on a Wednesday?
Yes, it is.
So are we going to do a live? Probably not, right? I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll get back to you on that. Yeah.
We'll figure out next week what we're doing.
Yeah.
All right, guys. From Peaks to Tides.
See you on the next ride.
See ya.
So close.